Oh, hey. Hey, folks. It's a live vlog number two. Actually, episode 15, as according to the thumbnail. Um, this live business is kind of interesting because I'm so used to planning everything out. I'm also not very good at multitasking, which is why I've got my breakfast here. So, cheers, everyone. That's delicious. So I made some eggs on toast, um, fried eggs in olive oil and butter is the way to go. And then we got this like Trader Joe's jalapeno sauce stuff that I just kind of put on top, and broke all the egg yolks, and yeah, this is delicious. Mm, okay, no, not so bad, not so bad. You know, any morning that I can start with breakfast is probably going to end up as a good morning. Yeah. So, yeah. So, planning wise, all of this live business is interesting to me because I always feel the need to plan every little detail. I'm not good at it. I'm not consistent. It's difficult for me to follow through on things that I do plan because I either don't write it down or I forget what I'm going to do, or I just kind of lose motivation and interest. And when you're trying to do something long term, obviously that's not very good. You have to get over that initial hump of it being a chore until it becomes that longer term behavior. But then once you get the hang of it, then it's not so bad. But it's getting over that initial hump, that's the hard part. So especially when you're doing new things all the time, or you are just new at something, it can feel very daunting. Once that initial excitement of trying something new wears off, that honeymoon period's over, and then it's like, okay, how do I do this? So what I ended up doing, my wife has suggested this many times over the years, is to make lists. And I've tried various formats of that. I've tried it like digital list where, I can keep track of everything that I've ever done and like everything saved in perpetuity. I tried this, there's this one organizer called Trello, which is a really fascinating product. Would be really good for like teamwork, teams keeping track of stuff. But just remembering to get in there and check it all the time, and it's another link to check. It got a little much, and I predictably kind of dropped off of that surface there. I would also doing like four squares or organization. I did an Instagram post about this a couple months ago or a month ago. I don't know. Time seems to just run into each other. All these days seem to run into each other. But one thing that I just keep coming back to as a measure of success, and it's the simplest thing, is just a little handwritten list on just a notepad. And we have tons of these notepads lying all over the place. My wife gets them for free. I get them for free. As teachers, you're always getting stationery and stuff, and just handwritten notepads. Honestly, I find the most success with these, and I know that's just me. I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's the fact that if I have like a big digital database of all of my to-do lists and my tasks, and some people work really well with calendar invites, calendar items, and that's good for me for like work reminders and stuff. But for like just regular tasks, things I need to do around the house or that I want to do for YouTube, video editing, that sort of thing, I find just little handwritten lists that I can throw away is it really has saved my bacon here. So here's how I do this. and it's the simplest thing. There's no secret. Like, why are you even here? Like, so this was my list from yesterday. It was just to let's see what was on it. This was our lesson plan for yesterday. Edit video, make a thumbnail, deal with my truck windshield was cracked all to heck. Do attendance, take attendance for oh yeah, I'm a high school teacher, so it's kind of important to take attendance every day, especially with distance learning. There have been some days where I am not supposed to forget that, but I've forgotten it and I've gotten in trouble for that. And I don't like those nasty emails that I rightfully get when I forget to do attendance. Do the dishes, defrost the meatballs, and do a vlog. Do this vlog. Then I also added a few things. Get my truck smog checked and get my car registration done. So I added a few things, and you can see that I have crossed off a few things, and there's some that aren't crossed off. And honestly, that's fine. That's actually part of my process here, because what I end up doing is this list only lasts for one day. And then once it's done, I crumple it up and throw it away. That's sort of my way of putting a pin in the end of the day and saying, all right, that day's done. Everything that I did, and everything I didn't get to is not part of that day anymore. It's going to be part of a different day. And to that, what I end up doing, actually, before I crumple this up, I go through and everything that I didn't cross off my previous day's list ends up first thing on my new list. So this is my new list today. I have more video to edit. I need to do the thumbnail for the pot rack video, which I said this yesterday. I'm so excited for that to be done. I like that project. The pot rack's great. I'm done with the video. I don't know if any of you YouTubers out there get kind of the same feeling when you're making a project and you're done with the project. It's just you're ready to be done with the video. And then let's see, what else do I have? Smog check is on there because I didn't get that. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow. But since I was thinking about it yesterday, I put it on my list knowing that I'm going to bump it down a few days. So that I'll take care of it tomorrow. As soon as I get my smog check, then I can send in my registration for my car. Dishwasher needs to get emptied. That's full. I have my son help me with that. He's 5, but I'll talk about that some other day. But getting the little ones to help out around the house with little tasks is super important for instilling that work ethic. And then go for a walk. My daughter was asking me if we could go for a walk today. She likes going on walks. Actually, both of the kids like going on walks. They like getting out of the house. So I put that on there, and that's good for me. I need to exercise. And then there's some room for, maybe not a lot of room, but there's some room for some other things as I think about them today, like maybe clear off my table saw or, sweep up, or I'm not going to do those right now, but take the trash cans up. Trash cans. There we go. So that's the lesson plan for today. And honestly, I'm not even joking. When I'm teaching, this is kind of how I lesson plan. Every teacher is different. You guys know that. Whether you're a teacher or whether you've been a student, you know that every teacher has their own different style, and that also includes organization. And I know some of my colleagues are extremely well organized. They've got we've got one counselor who is a wizard when it comes to Google spreadsheets, Google Sheets, Google Forms, any sort of Google organization structure. And this dude is a magician with that stuff. And that's because, of course, he's a high school counselor. He kind of has to be a little bit more organized than I do, at least document wise, because that's his whole function is, organizing information. But And I've got other colleagues who, will type out beautiful lesson plans, and I swear they've got like binders and, well, it's all paperless now. So digital binders full of great documents and resources and stuff like that. And I'm over here writing things on a little scratch pad for what I'm going to do just for that day. And if I'm feeling really saucy, I might take a big sheet of paper and, start lining out or sometimes typing out, the general idea of what I'm going to be doing for the next few weeks or the next couple months, or, hey, I need to go to the hardware store and buy a whole bunch of sheets of plywood for this project. How much do I need? Write it on the back of a Post-it note or something, and then stick it on my computer monitor or my desk or something. But that works for me. And that's really the most important part of any organization structure, is finding out what seems to work best for you. And that's a tricky thing, because we tend to be biased, and learning from experience, specifically watching students try and fail to organize themselves. The younger you are, the more different methods you need to try out, right? So that's why you've got one teacher that has you do a binder, you got one teacher that has you do a planner, another teacher that has you sign up on some web service for reminders and stuff. And just the whole point is to get you different methods that you can then later decide, when you're in college or after high school or whatever you're doing afterwards, you can decide what method's going to work best for you. Because you need to decide. You need to figure out how is the best way for you to be organized. You do need to be open to new ideas, but also understand and accept that your organizational structure your optimal organization structure might not look the same as everyone else's. But that's me. I also recognize that, if I was doing a different job, if I was doing a different activity, I may have to find something a little bit more robust than a pad of paper. But for around the house, little tasks, I find that keeps me organized. I've been doing this specific pad of paper for a couple months now, I think, and it's been keeping me on track, and I can feel it. I can feel the difference when I'm getting things done. I'm crossing stuff off the list. When I'm not keeping track of the things that I'm doing, when I'm not crossing stuff off, I'm still doing a lot of those same activities. But in my mind, I'm feeling like some of those things, the stuff that I'm not crossing off the list, is slipping through the cracks. And because I'll forget about it for a little bit, and then I'll remember it all of a sudden and be like, oh, I forgot about this thing. How could I forget? It was so important. And I'm spending the same amount of time on it. I'm doing the same number of tasks, but this is sort of keeping my brain honest with itself. Like, hey, yeah, Lauer, you are actually doing stuff. You're not just wasting your time. You're not languishing away your day. You are accomplishing these things, because that can be really hard to see when you do a bunch of little tasks, and it takes up 2 to 3 hours of your day, which is a huge chunk of time, for some people. But if you're not interacting with, if you're not facing facts, you're not interacting with that list, you're not interacting with, like the physical act of crossing something off, it gives you that little psychological boost. It gamifies that system. It turns it into, I'm a gamer. It turns it into an achievement or a trophy. Even something as simple and stupid as putting a check mark on a list or crossing an item off a list, it gives you just that little tiny shot of endorphins, or whatever brain chemicals keep you going. But it gives you that little spike that you need, and it helps reinforce that feeling that you get when you complete a task. It really, really does. So no matter how you do it, whether you do it on a piece of paper or you're, clicking a little check button on a computer, or you paint it on the side of the wall and then and then tear the wall down or something. I don't know. As long as you're interacting with that line item and crossing it out or checking it off or doing something, that it gives you that response, that feedback that yes, you are accomplishing things, you are getting things done. That's and that just reinforces the willingness to keep doing that behavior, so that you don't wake up one of those days and it's like, oh man, I'm so lazy and useless. I can't do anything. I don't want to do anything. And then you end up wasting your whole Saturday not doing anything. Or speaking from experience here. So yeah, I want to feel like I'm productive. I want to feel like I'm enjoying myself while doing it. I want to feel like I'm contributing to my family and the people around me, and to whatever sense of family we collectively generate as this strange YouTube tribe, semi-anonymously. But yeah, anyway, it is just a hair before 9 o'clock. We've been at this for about 16 minutes, so probably a good time to finish this up. I would really like to try and vlog every weekday, at least to start. I don't know yet. I haven't like listed it out yet where I want to go with this or how long I want to do this. Probably won't do this forever, but for now, I definitely want to keep doing this on the weekdays before school. We start our first class of distance learning at 9:15. So I'm thinking like a regular schedule, maybe around 8:45 a.m. That's Pacific time right now. So 8:45 Pacific time. I think I will try my best to go live and put in at least 15 minutes or so. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. So maybe we get an audience, maybe we don't. But either way, it's good practice for me. That can't hurt anything, right? So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you're watching, and I'll see you later.